Hello everyone, welcome back. It was brought to my attention the other week, and rightly so, but I completely forgot that I started this series, Keep It, Fix It, Dump It. I was like, guys, I'm back, I'm doing it, we're back on it, and then just completely stopped doing it again. So that is exactly what we are doing today. Keep It, Fix It, Dump It is a series where I look at products I've received in PR, or I've purchased myself, or no, that's the only options. And I think, am I going to keep this product? Do I like it exactly how it is? It's perfect for me. I like it. Maybe not perfect. It's perfect for me. I really like it. I love the way it looks on my skin. I love the packaging. I love everything about it, right? Keep it. Am I going to fix it? Now, I can't physically fix a product, but if I could change the product in some way, it's not quite perfect for me. How would I change that product? How would I fix that product? I'm going to keep it, but I do wish this thing was changed about it. Am I going to dump the product, which means I'm going to burn it? No, it just means I'm going to give it away to somebody because I've used a little bit of it, you know what I mean? So give it away to a friend or family member. So that's what we have. So we have new products from Lethal Cosmetics. I have some Chinese beauty. I have Korean beauty. We have a newer concealer from Milk, which I have not tried yet. Okay. I need to prime my eyes. Let's do that quick. Okay, let's get straight into it. Subscribe if you have not already. Give this video a thumbs up. We're starting off with something that I saw was very, very popular over on Olive Young, and this is a primer. But I don't want you to think e.l.f. grippy primer, you know, some gimmicky primer. This is very much a skincare-based priming product, right? It's from a brand called Young Jack, and it's the Skin Perfecting Protective Base Prep. So I got this in a set with this. It came with like a puff for some reason, and then there's like this travel version of a primer, and I'll show you why I really like this travel version in a minute, not just for travel. I keep looking this way, but all my notes are on here. So this is a Skin Perfecting Protective Base. It's hydrating. It comes out very much like a serum texture, and it is described as an adhesive hydrating base. Now, whether that's a little bit lost in communication, this is a Korean brand, but adhesive to me means sticky, right? So I think it's making out like it has that sticky primer. So that might come across like that's what that means, but I think it is just saying that it helps makeup last longer because it doesn't have a sticky primer feel to it at all. It just feels like skincare. And what I really like about this, sorry, I've used this before, just so you know, sorry, is it's like, it has that sticky kind of like, not sticky or tacky, like you've just used a hyaluronic acid serum. And I love hyaluronic acid serum as a base before foundation. Sometimes if you use too much, it can start to peel a little bit. And the reason I like it is because it leaves your skin feeling exactly like this, like an even texture over the whole face, even in the areas that may be a little bit crusty sometimes, might be a little bit more or less hydrated, but it's made to sit under your foundation. The reason I love a travel version is because it has this little thing on the end, which you can take off and clean and sanitize, by the way. You can unlock it and lock it. I love how I can get in this area here, where is like my troublesome area, right? Like that crusty, porous area around my nose, and really work on blending in and pushing that product into my skin. But it really does, it truly like instantly absorbs. So I mean, like that's absorbed, this is absorbed. It is a great texture for underneath your foundation. Okay, it's been like a few minutes because I went and made a drink and everything. So it's been like 10 minutes. This is the primer on the skin. It's left no surface layer. Like my foundation isn't going to slip off this, but here feels incredibly plump and smooth. My nails are so gross, sorry, I picked the gel off. So smooth, so perfect, especially around my nose. We're trying a new foundation today, so we'll see how that sits on top too. Which, can I ask you a question actually? If I'm trying a new foundation, do you want me to prime? Do you want me to set? What do you want me to do with that? Maybe I'll leave this as a pinned comment because I know they affect the ways foundations can sit on the skin, so I'll be interested to know what you think about that. Okay, I'm just gonna put a base down on my eyes, carve out my brows, and we'll be back into it. Okay, I was gonna prep my eyes and be done, and then I realized that Lethal Cosmetics have, one of my products is an eye primer and their new eyeshadow palette. So this is from their Black Spring collection. They very kindly gifted these to me. So you can get the whole bundle for £74. The Alchemy eye primers in white, black and transparent. So this is the black primer. Oh my gosh, it has a metal applicator, which I wonder why for an eye primer. What a strange choice. The innovative applicator allows you to apply and blend the perfect amount of product directly onto the eyelids. No brushes, no mixing palettes, no mess. The non-porous metal surface can easily be wiped and cleaned and disinfected. Okay, well this is the black. And then what we'll do, we'll try and blend the eye primer with the metal tip. I believe this is the white, which I think we'll use today. And then this is, I mean, it looked white in the thing, but I think this is a transparent. Yeah, you can't really even see it because it's transparent. Personally, I don't like a transparent primer because to me, it means silicone-y slippy. This is a little bit sticky and tacky, which is nice, the clear one though. Ooh. I have a little experiment with that later. Okay, yeah, let's use the white one. See, why I like to use a brush with primers is because I really like to tap it onto the lid. So I guess we can do a mixture of the metal and tapping together, but I do like to use a brush to tap. And I feel like, especially with a white primer, I do feel like you need a bit of blending, otherwise it can look a little bit patchy. The saying that a tip is good to blend with white, I wouldn't necessarily rely on that just to blend the shadow, you know what I mean? Very nice, very even. That's a really nice, even white primer. Sometimes with some white primers, even like MAC Paint Pot, for example, which isn't specifically just made to be a primer. I'm going to let that settle for just a moment while I do the other lid, and then it'll be good if we can come back to it and see if there's any creasing, anything like that. When you're using an eye primer, like, it's okay for it to crease once. I always think, right? Leave it on, let it crease once, let it set, blend out that crease. If it's creasing again, you're gonna need yourself a new eye primer. And yes, even with hooded eyes, that's the whole point in primers, to stop any lid movement from creasing the makeup, right? I'm pretty sure you could do another layer on and it'll be quite strong. You definitely do not need to use as much as I'm gonna have to get a brush. I can't do it without a brush. It's a strange feeling. A good strange. It feels like it's setting down very, very quick. But at the same time, I feel like I do have enough playtime. We have to blend out. Oh my gosh, I got this everywhere. Like I'm like a child with finger paints. Okay, but like the tiniest hairline crease on my lid, that's it. That's literally it. This is beautiful. It feels great. It feels really good. You know what I really like as well? So you might be looking under my brows and think, you know, that's quite white. And in comparison, the lid primer isn't that white. But what's actually under my brows is this purple. It's a purple concealer, color corrector. I always use concealer to carve out my brows. And when I'm looking at my face in real life, I can see that purple a little bit more. Is there something in the palette that will make it stand out? Love this. This is great. We'll see how the shadows perform on top. This is the new eyeshadow palette. Oh, okay. I didn't dig into that, but I'm having to angle the palette down a little bit, but this is beautiful. This is really, where's it better? Where can you see it better? This is a really great color story. This is what I really like in palettes, right? It's a mix of finishes, a mix of different textures. You have mattes, you have some shimmers, you have some more intense, like I can see more glitter in this one. This all looks beautiful. I like opening a palette and my eyes dart around because I'm like, I don't know what I want to use or where I'm gonna start. So let's just do it. Because obviously I want to do this kind of burgundy purple because that's so stunning, but then I love this green and I could do both. Okay, let's just do it. Let's go for, I want to use the shade Vesper. Let's start with Vesper. Let's go quite dark, grungy today. Okay, let's make a little like nodule here. Oh, wow. Oh no, fuck. Oh no, that's a spot. I thought I got eyeshadow up there somehow. Let me just. Is it bleeding? I think it might have been bleeding a little bit. This is the like third time I've done my makeup today. Okay, right, I'll get these even. Let's just get the colour on. I like Lethal Cosmetics. I don't think I've used a product from them where I've been disappointed, and I think a lot of the time it has been eyeshadow that I've really liked from them. Wait, they did the Adventure Time collection, didn't they? That was really stunning. That was so beautiful. Love that. Let's take the shade. Actually, I don't want it to be too dark. Oh, that feels like cream. The mattes feel so creamy. Okay, let's take Petal Rain, and I just want to lighten that corner there. I love that. Let's take that pink right under the brow bone too. I need to find a better brush for this. Something that really lines against the brow bone that isn't like a flat brush. This shade is going to go on a little bit darker than what it would come up in the palette because I'm putting it over concealer, which I never do on the lid because of creasing. That's why you should always use an eyeshadow primer. So this shade is a little bit more of a pastel pink in reality. I honestly kind of know if I'm gonna like a palette within like the first few minutes of using it. And this one I like. It's blending nicely. The shades are beautiful, like absolutely stunning. I don't know where I'm going with this bit though. Maybe let's just take it down into the socket. It's such a rich color, like the light pink and even this darker burgundy is so beautiful. Yeah, I'm very much enjoying this palette. I really like it. Creamy textures. Blends like an absolute dream. It is so nice. I'm gonna take this shade Waking Earth. It's just like this creamy white and just put it in the middle. Creamy white, cream, sorry. I'm kind of trying to get like watercolor vibe going on the lid there. My camera cut off and then I had to switch memory card mid filming. Okay, so we haven't completed the eyes yet. You know me, I want to do a bit of concealer. That's very uneven. That's crazy actually. Let me get that now, I can see it. Okay, whatever. Yes, so I've wanted to try these for a really long time. I think I have swatched each shade just to check I had an okay shade so I could then use it. These are the Milk Hydro Grip Gel Concealers. I really like Milk's, not necessarily their whole Hydro Grip range, right? But I like their complexion products and their formulas that are like that gel-like grippy formulas, if that makes sense. I really like that kind of texture. That's not blended very well. Oh my god, I'm just gonna keep looking at these eyes until... Okay, so I have shade 0.5, shade 1, and shade 2. I'm thinking of shade 2 and then brightening a little bit with 0.5. So let's try them. Shade 2 is like this. Yeah, I think that'd be nice. So this is a gel concealer, and when I heard that phrasing, gel concealer, I really was immediately interested because I think that kind of formula would sit really nicely under the eyes, that gel texture, because it's borderline hydrating but not overly hydrated. It almost has like a smoothness to it, like a hydrated smoothness. I'm aware that this is a keep, fix, dump video and we have not yet had a final opinion. That's because we haven't finalized anything yet. We're almost there. Okay, so on my skin, beautiful. I think that's really nice. Wait, do I have it here? Yeah. Ooh. So in my mind, a gel is going to sit really nicely on top of texture on my face as well. It's like around my nose and stuff like that. This is quite nice. This is great for around my eyes. It is quite pale for the rest of my face, but I think that's really stunning. I think that's really nice. I am just gonna put some here, even though I know it's not my shade. I think that's really beautiful. That's a really nice concealer. It's very easy to blend. I'm just gonna give it just a moment just to settle under the eyes and see, let it do what it needs to do, you know? This also says, this is shade 0.5. It does claim to be 12-hour wearing as well, which is a lot of hours. 12 of them to be precise. But to be honest with you, I think I can kind of see it lasting longer. It's not overly creamy, it's not overly liquidy. It's like that gel that almost moves with the skin, you know what I mean? And look, it just has this, maybe it's for primer, but it just has this really beautiful finish. I love this. This is a keep. This is a 100% keep. I might even get a few shades darker for my actual face as well. I don't tend to use a lot of concealer on my face, sometimes I do, but a lot of what I have going on in my face can be covered with foundation, like a light foundation, so I'm not really like overly fussed. Okay, let me finish up under the eyes. Okay, let's finish up under the eyes. I'm gonna take Vespa. Am I reading that right? Vespa, yeah, which is like the burgundy we've been using. And I'm leaning all the way this way because I don't want it to drop down and ruin. Oh, that concealer, sorry, it's just so nice. Look at that texture. Love it. Palette, absolute keep, and I cannot wait to use some of the greens in there as well. So I keep noticing things I've done wrong on this. I've got chickenpox marks on the side of my head there, and I swear they're getting worse. Maybe it's because I'm getting older and elasticity is like getting looser and weaker. Okay, anyway, okay, that's uneven, that's fine, that's whatever, I'm taking it straight off after anyway. Foundation, so this is from a brand called, I think it's pronounced Keyth. And this is their Pink Magnet Cushion Foundation. This comes in 15 shades right now. And I quite like the shade range for 15 shades. It will be interesting to see the coverage and see if it's like more of that tint situation. So this is Keyth's. Is it Keyth? It looks like Keyth, right? Best-selling pink magnet cushion, effortlessly smooths and evens out the complexion with a natural skin-like finish. That's pretty much just what every foundation says, right? So I'm using the shade 4. You know I love a cushion foundation, so let's do it. Nice color. This is quite sheer looking, I feel, on me. It's a little bit like drier than I expected, or like matter than I expected. It has a bit of a fragrance to it. That could be, oh wait a minute. Yes, I was gonna say it has a fragrance to it that could be its own like perfume fragrance. It's very, very nice. It's not overwhelming, but it's definitely there. I just realized they sent me some fragrances a while back. I bought this myself. I bought this in Pure Soul in Carnaby Street. I love that. I'm gonna have to go over with my concealer. Fuck, shit. The shade 0.5, because can you see how it's quite yellow, the foundation, and then you just see this white under my eye? So if I just gently blend a bit of that concealer in, starting from that inside corner of the eye, here, and outwards like this. Just gives us a little bit more of a subtleness. Can you see that's much better? It's like fading in rather than just suddenly white. So corner of the eye, out this way. I actually do usually wait to do the lightest concealer after foundation and stuff. That's not a necessary step, by the way. Okay, I really like this. I think I need a shade that's maybe a little bit more neutral. This is quite yellow on me, but this will be a good shade for me during the summer, which is unfortunately coming up very soon. Keep. I like, actually, fix, a very minor fix. The delivery system and perhaps the puff as well. I wish, and maybe I'll store it upside down for a bit, but I wish more product came out. But that's it. Very minor fix. Okay, I'm really excited for the next one. I've been waiting to use these, but I really wanted to show you all. So these are from a Chinese brand called Little Odin, or ONDINE, I want to say. I think that's the name of the brand. And these are their ethereal blushes. So I just wanted to show you the packaging too, but I wanted to show you the products and I want to try them as well. It's like a cute little fairy wing almost, and then the blushes in there. So this is the shade Iridescence, number 1. And then this is, oh, I love that, like a peach. This is number 3, Glint. Cute. Love that. So what I want to do, I want to use these as a lighter blush, but I do have a darker blush as well. So I'm thinking, you know what? These might not show up on me at all. But we can, okay, but first off, I want to go in with one of these blushes. This is from a brand 2/4. Now, if you don't know what 2/4 is, or you're not familiar, it's a brand by a Korean beauty YouTuber called Rizabe, and she makes some really beautiful products. She was recently on this show called, what's it called? A makeup show. Look how beautiful that is. Like a brown and like a beigey one. I'm gonna go for the shade Rum Beige, which is this one, because I think we can do this into the peachy tone. Beige, let's start here. And this brand kind of has like this edgier feel to it for KBeauty. Like if you're more used to like KBeauty being those bright, barely there kind of shades when it comes to blushes and stuff like that, which I really love. If you want something a bit deeper, perhaps a bit more grungy, 2/4 is a really good brand to look at. That's nice. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Ooh, that could be an everyday one for me. This is Keep. 2/4. Is that the wrong way around? No, that's a Keep. Let's go into, I'm gonna go for, do we go into the lighter pink? Or do we go into the peach? Let's do the peach. Yeah, no, let's do the pink. I know it would make sense to do the peach, but I just feel like the pink one, I'm gonna grab a new brush. I'm gonna use like quite a precise brush. I just feel like the peach might make more sense, but I feel like the peach is just going to brighten up that area a bit more. Ooh, that is not what I expected. Sorry, my dogs are getting their dinner if you can hear them barking. Wow, that's not what I expected. It kind of has like this, I definitely thought it would be a lot lighter, a lot sheerer, but it's definitely more like a highlight. Can you see? Can you see? That's it there. I do quite like that. It's not, the texture isn't as smooth as I would have hoped, but it is nice. Okay, Keep on a 2/4. A slight fix to this. I wish it was a little bit smoother, perhaps maybe a little bit more baked, but it is beautiful, and I'm looking forward to using the peachy one with another look to see how that looks. And just the packaging's got me anyway. Okay, I'm gonna blank out our lips, and then we have, for our lips, we have the new lip liners from Blender Bunny and Jordan Liberty. These are the Masterclass Neutral Colored Pencil Set. And I want to try this shade. This is the shade Safe Word. Are these wind up or are they sharpen? They're sharpened. Okay. Ooh, very creamy. Very creamy. Are these lip pencils, or are they just colored pencils so you can use them wherever? Wow, they just glide on. That is stunning. They're so easy to use. They're like foolproof, you know what I mean? Like they just paint on. It's not dragging the lip, it's dead smooth. This is really nice. Probably shouldn't talk when I'm doing it, hey? These are 100% Keyth. I think that's beautiful. That's so nice. I'm just gonna go on top with a lip balm from Dinto. Gorgy, gorgy, gorgy. That's nice. Oh, I love that. All right. Okay, well, I'm not doing lashes today because I filmed 4 videos today all in 1 week, and you might have already heard me say I had my lashes lifted yesterday, so I don't want to put anything on them like glue and get them messed up or anything like that. I'm loving this look. I think there was no dump. Was there any dumps? This primer is gonna be a keep. It made such a nice base for everything. So beautiful, so beautiful. I love the skin. I love that foundation and the concealer together and that blush together. I feel very fresh. I feel very fresh, even though the eye makeup is a lot. I feel very fresh, very smooth, very clean. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me know if there's anything you saw today that you like, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.